everybody, Bill Click here for Restoration Realities. Today, we're in the City of Roses, Portland, Oregon, in a neighborhood designed around a rose garden. We're here to help solve a restoration puzzle in this 1912 Dutch Colonial. But first, let's meet our homeowners, Philip and Mandy Schmola.
My name is Philip Schmola. I'm an engineer, and I like to build stuff. I always like to put stuff together and actually take stuff apart, too. So when we got this house, that was a perfect candidate for taking apart and putting back together.
My name is Mandy Barnard Schmola. I am a chemistry teacher. Well, we've been working on the house for about 2.5 years. Our deadline is always 6 months away, and it has been for about 2 years now. But we'll make it. It's gonna be really nice.
Hey, you guys, how you doing?
Bill.
Good, Bill.
How are you?
Good. Philip and Mandy, I want to introduce you to our restoration carpenter, Chris Babcock.
Philip,
Hey, Chris.
pleasure to meet you. Mandy, nice to meet you.
Welcome.
This is a great old house, but just coming in here, I can see that the walls don't look that old.
Yeah, there's a pretty good reason for that, actually. When we bought the house, the walls were in really bad shape, and the house had been subdivided into apartments.
Oh.
And so we took down all the old plaster and updated the wiring and electricals and ductwork and plumbing and put up new drywall. And so that's the reason we have such a new look.
But we did save all the original trim.
Oh, fantastic. I see the trim above Philip's head has been cut off. Help me understand that.
That was a little unfortunate, but when we bought the house, there was a wall here separating this area into a separate apartment. And so they had cut the trim in order to do that, and you can even see the markings on the floor from where the wall was that they put up. And it leads directly toward the stairs, which were also cut.
Ah, missing banister and handrail. And this is probably our project.
This is definitely our project. You can see where there's quite a bit of damage from the pre-existing wall.
But luckily, before they installed this wall, they saved all the original parts of the stair.
Good.
And the only unfortunate thing is that they also cut off these bottom 2 steps, and we don't really have any idea of how to fix this.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to maybe mirror this side, actually. Recreate the radius down below here and the radius on the tread.
But the cool thing is they saved all the original parts for this, so we're actually going to be able to do a true restoration on this.
I'm going to take Philip down to the basement and see if we can find the pieces of this puzzle.
That sounds good. Mandy, let's go get some tools.
Talk about a puzzle. Look at all these parts.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Oh,
What do you
look,
got
here's
there?
the main handrail.
Original. Oh,
sweet.
wow.
Look at that. Whoa. Oh, yeah.
Ironwood.
Oh.
We got the original newel. Look at that. Still got the ghost of the old stair right on it, right
Oh,
there.
nice,
Look at that.
nice.
Base
Oh.
pieces.
Yeah.
What's this? That must be for the
Oh,
upper
I think-
landing right
yeah,
here.
Yeah. And this is the top newel right here.
Oh, good.
Look at that.
You make that look so
great.
light.
Yeah, no problem, you know.
We got spindles. What do we got? How many we got? Got a good count on these?
Yeah, I counted them out, and I think we might be missing a couple.
Okay.
Maybe
let's
one or 2.
let's let them sort them out.
Yeah, good
Give us
idea.
a good count.
Well, Chris and Philip have brought us all the original stair banister parts. Now we have to figure out what goes where.
Turn this a little bit just so I can see what's going on here. Oh, God. Are they all the same height? They can't be, can they? So many lengths.
It's going to be long, shorter, shorter as we go up the stairs. So there's going to be 3 different lengths for each step.
Ah, I gotcha. So we're missing a medium. I need a long. What's that? Is it a broken one?
Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 2 more. Okay, that looks complete, but it still doesn't look like a staircase banister. Yeah, that's more like it. Well, it looks like Mandy and I have solved the puzzle. As it turns out, we only have to replace a few damaged spindles of our banister handrail. That's close enough. Back at the staircase, Chris and Philip are getting ready to remove the 3 damaged stair treads. But first, they need to remove a few baluster spindles and the newel post.
We need to take the end caps off of the treads right here. We'll knock the spindles out, and then the treads should just come right out. So,
Right.
yeah, we're gonna have an open stair here is one of our biggest problems. So no run up and down the stairs. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, let's get started on this.
Philip is removing the trim molding under the stair treads. The flat pry bar works great for this. A much smaller pry bar is working better for Chris. He has to remove the wooden end caps first before taking out the spindles. In this staircase, the bottom of the spindle is notched into the side of the tread, and the top is nailed into the handrail.
One of the things we want to make sure too is we pull these out, that we don't just tear them out. We want to try to work the nails out from the back so that it doesn't chip out the wood or pound the nails out. We want to pull nails through.
Okay. Oh, wow. This thing's not quite as solid as it was before.
A little wobbly now, isn't it?
Now that the spindles are out, Chris and Philip pry out and then pull out the first damaged tread. But pulling out the second tread isn't so easy. The newel post is in the way and has to be moved. And to do that, they have to separate the handrail from the newel post. With the screws gone, the pry bar breaks the two parts loose. Now they can lean the newel post away from the second tread and pull it out, but not all in one piece. Finally, Chris and Philip remove the newel post. So we're nearly finished taking the stairs apart. When Restoration Realities returns, Chris and Philip take what's left of the old stair treads and try to restore them. And Mandy and I create the missing parts of our banister railing puzzle. Stay with us. Welcome back to Restoration Realities. We're in Portland, Oregon with homeowners Philip and Mandy Schmola, and we're trying to help them solve a restoration riddle. They want to restore their original 1912 staircase, but half of it is missing. Luckily, they found most of the missing parts in the basement. But figuring out where all the parts go and repairing the damaged treads is a true restoration challenge. Right now, Philip and Chris have just removed the last of the 3 bottom treads, so they can restore them.
Ooh, I'm kind of scared.
Why you should be scared? This looks
wrong?
great.
This doesn't look good.
It looks all right to me.
Come on, we've been working hard.
How about those treads? We gonna be able to reuse them?
Oh yeah, definitely. The back portions that are kind of cracked there, we'll just rip off and actually add a new piece to the back, push the tread forward.
Cool. Well, saving all 3 treads was a little too optimistic. The bottom tread had its round return missing on the left side. The second tread was cracked, and the third tread had its nosing broken off. Chris makes the best of the situation by making 1 tread out of 2 damaged ones.
This is the salvaged bottom tread. This is off the first tread.
Okay.
And we're using this to repair tread number 3.
Remember, tread number 3 had the damaged nosing, and the only way to save the tread is to cut off the damaged edge and replace it with a section salvaged from the bottom tread. Chris and Philip are using a biscuit joining tool to make a strong joint between the 2 old pieces of stair tread. The tool cuts a slot in each board, and then little wooden biscuits are placed into the slots, along with some wood glue. The 2 boards are joined together, and using bar clamps, they're held tight until the glue sets. It's too bad the bottom 2 treads can't be saved. Instead, Chris and Philip are starting with a brand new piece of stair tread.
All right, okay.
Line it up there.
I'm back in grade school, drawing circles.
Yep.
Let's try this.
The curve shape matches the original stair tread, but it's not that easy to cut a perfect radius with a jigsaw. Philip looks like an old pro.
Very good work. Very nice. Now we're going to use the router and match this radius that's on here and carry that on around the corner.
Chris is using a router with an edge guide and a full radius bit. This tool rounds over the top and bottom edges at the same time. So our tread restoration is marching on, but we're still missing a few baluster spindles. No problem. I've got Mandy on the power saw learning how to make them. Not quite all the way through.
Oh, no.
That's all right. Now since we moved it, I moved it a little bit. Yep, exactly. We'll make sure that we're in there. Perfect.
Okay, here we go again.
All right. There we go.
All right.
Got our 2 balusters. Okay, Mandy, now that we've got our piece cut to length, we have to notch out our end so that it will fit into our tread. So, have you used a jigsaw before?
Are you saying we're using a jigsaw to finish up these puzzle pieces here?
That's pretty cute. Just back the saw off a little bit before you pull the trigger so that the blade's not touching the wood. Yep. And you'll be good to go, and you want to stop on that dark line.
All right, here goes.
All right. We're using a jigsaw to make a notch at one end that will fit into the notch on our stair treads.
Ooh, that looks nice.
And there you have it. All set. Want to go inside and see how it fits?
All right, let's check it out.
Meanwhile, Chris is busy installing a new base for the newel post. This is the part that was cut off when the wall was here. He made the part from 2 half-moon-shaped pieces of plywood separated by wooden blocks. A short 4x4 is cut into the top to support the newel post, which will slide right over the top of the 4x4. Then Chris and Philip fit the new bottom tread around the 4x4 support post.
What happened? What's going on?
I measured this distance, but I didn't measure this distance behind
Ah.
it. We're just gonna cut it back a quarter of an inch or so. Your turn.
Next, a curved return is fit to the back of the tread.
Beautiful and beautiful. Nice job, Philip.
With all 3 stair treads restored and fitted to size, Chris and Philip are ready to fasten them in place.
Excuse me, are you boys working?
We are.
Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you. Look
We're
at
just
this.
admiring our work.
Look at this.
We're getting ready to do the next thing, you know.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't it look nice?
I think we're missing one element to our little puzzle here. We had all the other parts, I think, but that little skirt that goes on the outside. What we need to do is actually cut a new skirt. It's gonna fit in here, and we're gonna match the end of the risers and miter that to the end, which will cover up this whole end down here. Nail that on, put the end caps on. That'll complete that outside of the stair.
When we come back, Mandy and I reinstalled the original parts of our banister railing. These 1912 parts have been missing from the staircase since 1965.
Makes me want to cry.
Welcome back. We're in Portland, Oregon with homeowners Philip and Mandy Schmola, and they have a true restoration project on their hands. They're reinstalling the missing half of their 1912 staircase banister. They found most of the missing parts in the basement, but 3 stair treads were damaged and a few baluster spindles were missing. Philip and Chris restored the treads, and Mandy and I made a few new spindles. We're finally ready to assemble the missing banister back in place. Okay, I think we're ready to set the top newel, Mandy.
All right.
I know you're ready.
No kidding.
Okay, fits in there pretty good.
Looks good.
Okay, if you want, you can grab the screw gun. And we're using square head screws. And I'm gonna put a level on the back side of this and see what we got. If you wanna run that top screw in, I will get this where I want it to be.
All right.
Alrighty,
Tell me when.
now I'm ready.
Does that look good?
Yep, I think you're doing good.
All right. Number 2.
Now that the baluster is secure, we work the spindles into the pockets on the handrail.
Now, does it matter which end I put in?
Yeah, it does actually.
So this is the one I want. This way?
That's right. What I'm trying to, or what we're trying to do, is since we're reusing the balusters and they've already been nailed quite a few times, I want to run them so that when we set the handrail in place, all the holes are on the outside. Because most people will go up the stairs and then they don't see all the sins of the past, and then we'll
Right.
fill those with wood filler after we get all done.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. Sound like that one went right in, didn't it?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's gonna go right about there. Okay,
All right.
there we go.
Nice.
Now, we fasten the handrail with screws.
All right, here we go. The difference in having a wall here and a bathroom where you're standing versus this,
It's huge.
it's unbelievable.
What we're gonna do now, Mandy, is set our spindles and our bottom rail together. Ready?
Ooh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. No, that's all right. I'm gonna nail that in place after I get a few of these hooked up. And We're nailing through the bottom rail or edge nosing to secure each of the baluster spindles. Then we nail our bottom rail to the newel post and staircase landing. Then all we gotta do is put in our last couple.
And we're all set.
And we're done. We can leave the rest to the guys wherever they're, I think they're out sun tanning or something. Actually, Chris and Philip are hard at work on the skirt board. That's the part that fits on the side of the stairs. It's mostly for style. But cutting it to fit is very tricky. Chris makes straight cuts in one direction and 45-degree angle cuts in the other direction. When set in place, the straight cut fits under the stair treads, and the 45-degree angle cut mates to the stair risers.
Good, 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 good. These are convenient little clamp. They're pin clamping, so you really don't have to destroy a lot of wood, and it actually will allow a little more hands-free operation while we nail this.
These unique clamps use a tool that spreads a steel ring and then releases them in place to hold corners together. They're perfect for stair skirts.
These are 1.5 inches, and I think we're going to use 2.5 just to make sure we get into the stringer. Go in that same nail hole.
Next, Chris and Philip install the restored treads. Philip applies adhesive to the stringers, then they set the fitted treads in place.
All right, how you down there?
I'm doing just fine.
Now we come to the parts that really show what's been missing for the last 30 years.
Ooh, look at that.
Starting with the bottom newel
There
post.
you go.
Like a glove,
That is beautiful.
or maybe a mitten.
Very funny. Okay, now we got to get our handrail set on this portion, start our spindles, and we'll be done.
I like that.
But first, they reinstall the existing newel post and reattach the handrail. Then Mandy lends a hand as they reattach the bottom end of the handrail and start to reinstall the spindles.
You have 3 for each one, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I want to give you, what, the shortest one first or the longest one first?
The longest one first.
Oh boy, this might be a little more tricky than I thought. Here's a long one.
Uh-oh, it's not fitting into the pocket on the handrail.
Looks like we might have the same problem now. This is wider.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it is.
I guess having all the parts to our restoration puzzle isn't quite enough. When we come back, we'll take the remaining pieces and find out where they fit. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Restoration Realities. Today we're in Portland, Oregon at a 1912 Dutch Colonial owned by Philip and Mandy Schmola. Our goal was to reinstall the banister rail that's been missing from their staircase since 1965. Luckily, most of the banister parts were found in the house, but figuring out where all the parts fit was a restoration puzzle. A puzzle with a few missing pieces that we had to make. But now, all that's left is to install the baluster spindles in their right places.
What you want next, Chris? There's
Another long one. That one will come down.
Yeah.
Looks like that'll fit, yeah. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oops.
This isn't quite in there.
Don't wait, yeah, there's just, you gotta wait a little bit longer. No, no, it'll fit.
This is a puzzle.
As it turns out, each spindle has its own place, and Chris and Philip have to figure out which one goes where. It's simply a matter of trial and error to get them all installed.
Puzzled by this.
Meanwhile, Mandy and I are reinstalling the spindles on the existing side. Finally, the banister handrail is tapped tightly onto the spindles and nailed to the upper newel post. All that's left is to nail the last few spindles in place.
Oh, just a couple more here, Mandy.
This is going to be great.
Man, it's been a long day.
Oh, man, you guys have done good. Got it all wrapped up?
Yeah, you almost got it.
Yeah.
Am I doing that good?
Yeah, make sure you take it at a 45-degree angle. Good.
Yeah.
Strong like ox now. Very good.
Hey, this looks nice.
Looks very nice.
Time to step back and take a look.
You guys have really put the character back in this house with this stairway. So
Yep.
it's fantastic.
You know, I am a little concerned though about the fact that we have these 2 new treads and how we're going to blend that in with the older ones.
Well, I think if you distress these a little bit, I think you know, keep that original character. You know, that's part of the house, I think. Maybe distress those to match these. I think that you need to keep that.
Beat him with a hammer or something? Or?
You know, a hammer, a couple nail, you know, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, remember too, this is a true restoration. It's not supposed to look new. It's supposed to look like it was old, and that's exactly what we did. We took the old handrail, we brought it back. This is what restoration's all about.
Very good.
I can't believe there used to be a wall here actually, but it looks great now.
Well, this has been one of Chris and I's favorite projects, and we'd like to thank you guys for letting us come into your house.
Well,
You guys have been so expert. Thank you for being here.
You're entirely welcome. And that's going to do it for this Restoration Realities. I'm Bill Click, and until next time, keep it real.